Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Let's Talk The Walking Dead Q&A 41. Foxy Hunter. Hey Ronnie, just wondering if the next time we see Morgan, will he be at Shire Wilt or will he just end up in Alexandria? To be honest, I thought this would have been a perfect opportunity, but AMC didn't take it. I would have loved to see this, and if I was in the writing room, I would have tried, well, I don't know where they're going with Morgan, so I can't really say, but I would have tried to push for, as unbelievable as it might be that Morgan would stumble upon Shire Wilt, of all places to go. How awesome would this be if, when they were escaping Shire Wilt, Rick would put up a sign. Again, it would be difficult because Tyrese is dying, so why are you wasting, time making a sign? But I thought it would have been awesome for him to make a sign saying, "Do not enter, all dead inside," or just dead inside. And he simply, puts the sign up in the front gates, and they get Tyrese the hell out of there. And I was thinking, how friggin' awesome would that be? Because that means that Rick in the TV show made the sign, and Morgan would find the sign later, Because if he sees the sign, that would mean that in the show, that's how that went down. In the comic, we know from the novel that the comic book governor left the sign that comic book Rick would later find at the Wiltshire Estates, where it says, "Do not enter, all dead inside." So in the comic, the governor would leave the sign, and in the show, Rick would leave the sign. I thought that would have been friggin' awesome, but hey, they didn't do it. And I'm sure there's reasons they didn't do it. In the writer's room, they probably came up with it and shot it down for whatever reason, but... Batboy21. Ronnie, what would you think about a super religious cult-type enemy? They believe that God has forsaken the earth and they go around. Now they are the justice janitors. I think that's a touchy subject, and I'll tell you why. I'll be dead honest with you. I like the idea of a group losing their mind and thinking, oh, we have to go and kill off the survivors. I like that a lot, for a couple reasons. I do like the idea of characters that are messed in the head and they're just going to kill off the rest of the survivors because that's the way. The problem is when you mix religion in with entertainment, oftentimes within the storyline it becomes corny and just flat out stupid. For some reason, religion just translates bad on film and shows. Often, a lot of times, it just translates bad. So you'd have to be careful, but it's still a neat idea. Nisa Veselovic. Oh, I bet you I screwed that up. Who do you think is the next main character death and why? I'm just going to go with Glenn because they spoiled his comic death, so yeah, Glenn, unfortunately. And we're talking main. I'm not counting Tara. I'm not counting Noah. Louis Chiskop. What do you think about Carl's relationship with Lydia? Do you think it's just Lydia falling in love, or is that a way to make Carl not kill her? You know what? That's a hard one to say. Because of how promiscuous she was, and I know this is going to sound like shit, but I would say I don't trust her. Something's up with her. And I did trust her at first. I don't trust her now. I think she's just trying to blind Carl's one good eye. Pull the wool over his eye. Larry Style King. Larry wants my thoughts on the Whisper leader being Lily Call. I love the friggin' idea. And when the Whispers first appeared, that's the first thing I said was, oh my god, it's Lily Call. Because that would be so genius. It's genius because now with the book series, he has that going. If Lily Call comes out as the leader of the Whispers, now we have the character that killed the governor in the past. It is now back, and it can be an important character. On top of that, you open up the book series to have 2 or 3 more books showing the transformation she went through from fleeing at the prison after killing Lori and baby Judith and becoming the Whisper leader. Maybe even 4 books, depending on how detailed they go, and they're going to cover the time skip and bring it right around to being the leader of the Whispers. With that said, I don't know the direction they're taking with the final book about Lily Call, so I don't know what direction they're going. I do know it has something to do with living in the sewers. That's pretty freaking close to wearing zombie skin, I would imagine, It's possible. With that being said, the other thing I thought would be really awesome for Robert Kirkman to do with the Lily Call character is to bring her into Alexandria. Have her meet Rick, have her working there, and we know her name is Lily. She might even say her name is Lily Call. But keep in mind, Rick in the comic does not know who killed Lori, You know, he was running away. He doesn't know it was Lily Call. So then Lily could be in the comics for another 40, 50, 60 issues. And then she could be having nightmares, maybe some troubling things. Maybe she has a drink with Rick one night and she talks about how this evil piece of shit that they used to call the governor forced her to attack a prison. And then she can say in a drunken state how she was torn apart and she's being tormented for years because this piece of shit duped her into shooting and killing a mother and her infant child. And now it puts it into a very conflicting place because now it's like oh my God, she said it. The fans, if that happened, the fans would be in a roar in that issue. And the very end of the cliffhanger could be something simple. And I know it's hard to do these kinds of scenes in the comic. In the show, it would have been, that's it. You would have had the whole living room would have been dead silence. Every fan watching would have just been like, oh shit, you know? Is he gonna kill her? I don't know. But you have to make both characters likable, then pit them against each other. Rip the fans' guts out, you know what I mean? But in a comic it's hard to do, and the very last cliffhanger could just be simply Rick losing the grip on his glass, dropping, shattering the bottle, glass, whatever he's holding. I really wanted Robert Kirkman, I still do. I want him to bring Lily Call back into the story and do something like that. I think that would be friggin' awesome, man. I mean, wow. You as comic book fans, you're out there, you know who I'm talking to. If he did that, would that be impactful, or is that something little you're like, nah, that's unbelievable because it's such a long distance, I don't care for it? To me, in my own opinion, I think that would be powerful. I'd be like, oh, damn, you know? Especially if they grew close together. If Andrea died one day and he got with her, Lily Call, imagine that. Damn. Let's get back to some questions. At Wrinkly Peanuts on Twitter. Would the writers make Daryl a shit character then kill him off? No, that makes no sense. Why would you want to make a shit character and kill him off? Because you're afraid of the fans? You know? I would make him the best character and then kill him. Yo, I tell you what, man. You guys should be lucky I'm not in any writer room as of the moment, because I'd be fucking tearing out. My goal as a writer is to rip your guts out. Or at least make it feel like I'm ripping your guts out. Eric wants to know, how do I think Tyrese's death will affect Noah? I think Noah's a bitch and everything's gonna affect him. Why do I think Tyrese started to hallucinate so quickly? You know what, bud? He wasn't hallucinating that fast because of the fever. He was hallucinating that fast because of the blood loss. The bite with the fever started to catch up, and I'm sure that did not help the hallucinations. It probably made them worse. Yeah, it was the blood loss. That's why it started quick. Okaya. Man, did I say that right? Who do I think attacked Noah's family in Shire Wilt? Well, it's probably the scavenger characters that everyone's calling the wolves. It's possibly them. Riley Bruni. In the time skip after Woodbury arc, the governor's hair grows like crazy. How don't we see the survivor's hair growing like crazy? Yo, Riley, I was going to just answer this in the comments section, but you have no reply button. Damn it, fix your G+ settings. The governor was just a walking, traveling mess. You know what I mean? So it makes sense why his shit grew out and our survivors were even clean shaven, because keep in mind, they could shave at the prison, they could cut their own hair at the prison. I don't personally have to see all that on TV for me to know, oh, they probably shaved. I mean, yeah, it would be nice for once in a while to see somebody in the background with a little tin with water, just shaving up with a little mirror. It'd be nice, but we don't have to see it all the time to know what happens. Caden Nardi. Do you think they should do more with Gabriel? Yes, I honestly would prefer a Father Gabriel in the show that was still a compassionate, religious, faithful man, but still had the ability to protect, not overboard, and we're not talking frickin' Rambo, but we're talking like go up to a walker and put them down. You know what I'm saying? I think that I would prefer a Gabriel like that, but that's just my preferences, and I don't think we're going to get a Gabriel like that anytime soon. maybe never. Stephen Jones, do you think that the TV show Carl will get disfigured the same way as in the comic books? Same with Rick. Rick we already talked about. No, probably not. Carl, I think it's really vital to his character. I really think they should do it. Do I think they'll do it? No, I just think that's too difficult for TV. You know what I mean? Because if he's going to last for seasons, I know we did it with the governor, you know, and it was pretty much 2 halves of a season, wasn't it? So that was like a full season. But I don't think they're going to continue with that. I don't think they're going to do that with Carl. I think they should. Julie Samuels, do you think it will be helpful if the group gets an animal, most likely a dog? You know what, I like dogs, I'm a dog lover, but I just don't see how that would be helpful. If they were starving, they'd probably be tempted to just eat it, like they did recently, but it wasn't their pet.
Subscribe now.